Hello, welcome to this setup video for Escaping World War II, the board game, which is available from the Game Crafter. So in this video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be following through the rulebook. The setup procedure is found on page 4. I'm just going to follow it through and get the game ready to play for our first game, and then in a later video we're going to be doing some turns and some playthroughs of the game and how it all works. There's 12 steps to follow, and so we're going to follow those in order. If you didn't see the preview video, you can check that out, link will be below. So let's get cracking. Okay, so first things first is step 1 is we need to shuffle the servicemen cards. So there's a number of servicemen cards, 12 in total, and they've each got some special abilities and some skills and some other statistics. So this is a special rule that appears at the bottom. They can be used during the course of the game. A shoulder badge, where we're placed determination cubes as they lose them. That will become apparent in the game playthrough. A linguistic skill, close combat, firearms and fatigue skill, determination skill, their name and their country of origin and their rank. So in this case we've got Albert Walker, he's from England and he's an RAF group captain. So what we need to do is we need to shuffle those cards, and then we place one on each of these positions here on the board. Philip Harper, Finley George, Leighton Thomas and Francisek Kobach. So we'll just run through who we got. We've got an English, Philip Harper is English British Army 2nd Lieutenant, Finley George, American US Air Force 1st Lieutenant, Leighton Thomas is another American Air Force Major, and Francisek Kobach is a Polish volunteer RAF pilot fighting for the English. So we've all got some special abilities which we'll use during the game. So that's step 1. So step 2 is for each of these servicemen we need to place some determination cubes in their determination box, and the number that we place is shown under their determination value. So in this case there's 3 for Kobach, 5 for Leighton, 4 for Finley George and 3 for Philip Harper. And then the rest of the cubes, if you're left with any left over, you can place them back in the box. Okay, step 3, also in step 2 we need to place some dice. So there's a dice icon in each of the determination boxes, and you need to marry up the correct colour dice to the correct determination box. When we roll those dice during the course of the game, it's a way that we can track what dice result applies to which of the servicemen, so we can roll all the dice together. So that become apparent again when we start playing the game. Step 3, we place 3 of these green food cubes and we place them in box A on the survival box, and we place 3 water cubes and step A in the water part of the survival box. So this bottom bit here is called the survival box, and you've got 3 boxes for each one, A, B, C for each one. And then the next step is we need to shuffle these counters. You place one random close combat counter and you will choose one of them and place it in position 1 on your inventory track, and then the rest will be placed in a stack on the position marked on the board up here. Okay, and then we repeat that process for the equipment, and they get placed in the 2nd position on the board. So we'll take that one, and they can be placed face up, so we'll have a look at what we've got, and the rest are placed in a stack there. So we got civilian clothes, so we can automatically pass a linguist test with that, and we got a combat knife, which gives one of our servicemen +2 to their close arms, to their close combat skill. So we can use them during the course of the game. So they're not too bad. Okay, step 6 is we're going to place one random event token on each of the spaces marked on the board with a matching token, a matching icon. So we'll do that, and you should be left with 6 counters after you've placed all of these on the board, which are again placed up here. Okay, so as long as we've got 6, 2, 4, 6, we know that we've placed them all on the board, and they go in a pool up here. Now we need to just randomise the firearm counters, and we stack them by the board there. That's step 7. And next we place the freedom plan on the board there. We place the 3 resistance tokens, the 2 breached border tokens, they get placed up here as well. The remaining 3 food cubes go up here, and the water cubes. And then the 3 ammo cubes get placed here, and then all of the wound cubes, 16, get placed up here. We'll position those a bit neater when they're all up there. Okay. And then step 9, we need to shuffle the escape cards. So there's 36 escape cards. Give them a good shuffle, and we place these face down on the escape plan here. Now when you get this, there are these green special escape cards, and they're used in a variant, so don't mix them in unless you're playing with this variant. And there's special rules, you need to remove some of the cards from the escape deck before you add these as well, so you'll need to follow those rules. We're not using them, so we're going to put them in the box. We also put the serviceman cards we didn't use in the box as well out of the way. Okay, so next we place the SS next we place the SS pawn on the first track of the escape track. We place the progress counter on the second space there, and then we need to place all the Nazi forces on the board which are going to be hunting down the servicemen, and they go on each of these spaces here. So this is step 11. We place all of these here. These are also representing their bases as well, so they begin the game at their base. And you should use up all 14 counters placing these here. Okay, so they're all on the board. Now we need to randomly select for step 11, step 12, the last step. We need to randomly select one of these prisoner of war camps where we're going to begin the escape from. So each of these cards represent a section of the board. You can see that this one represents this section, and so what you do is you shuffle those up for a random game. Turn one over, and this is where you're going to be beginning your escape from. So we find that on the board, it's Yugoslavia, and we can see that that fits there, and so you place the escape marker there, and that's how you choose where you're going to be escaping from. There's variants to the game, so you can tweak a lot of the setup rules as you wish, and you can just follow those variant rules from the rule book, and that's pretty much it. The last thing to do is to assign the command token to a player if you're playing 2 to 4. if you're playing with just solo, you don't need that token. It can go back to the board, back to the box. And that concludes the setup. So apart from the rulebook and the escape storybook, you can see all of the components are contained within the footprint of the board, and that will be your entire play area, so you don't really need a huge table to play this game on. Okay, so in the next video we're going to be putting together some playthroughs, explaining some of the rules and how the game works, and going through probably 5 or 6 turns to get this escape well underway. So thanks for watching, and do check out that next video. Bye for now.